So what's up, everybody? It's in the Mullins with Mullins Fishing. Been wanting to make this video for a while. A lot of y'all asked me in the comments on my YouTube channel and my Instagram just what baits I use in the marsh for saltwater fishing. Most of the time I'm gonna be using a matrix shad. Probably 99% of the time you're gonna see a green hornet matrix shad tied on. This is their standard size. Phenomenal bait. Catches all three species for me: reds, flounder, trout. This is a go-to. This is old reliable for me. I like to throw this on a 1/4 ounce jig head. All my matrix soft plastics I throw on a 1/4 ounce jig head. I don't really go to a 3/8 unless I'm fishing really heavy current. And occasionally I do like an 1/8 if the current is not rolling. Like slack tide maybe, something I want to let fall, stay in the strike zone longer. But most of the time I'm using a 1/4 ounce. Like I said, 99% of the time, green hornet tied on. Another good color made by Matrix is gonna be the tiger bait color. This is going to be really good for staying water conditions, low light conditions like overcast days, early in the morning, late afternoon. This is another good bait for all three species. Here lately, you can see something built to tail off of here. This is a lemon head made by Matrix. I found late winter, super dirty water conditions, just flounder in general. I know a lot of people like to use the gulp, swimming mullet, and chartreuse. This is kind of similar to that. This is what I throw in place of a gulp, lemon head. Another bait for muddy water is going to be Spargus. This is another bait by Matrix. That really muddy water, this shows up outstanding in it. Really dark complexion. It's kind of like throwing a black and blue jig for bass fishing. Now this is a green hornet but with a red tail. It's a blazing hornet is what they call it. I'm going to be throwing this one tomorrow for flounder. It's a really good flounder bait. Just gives it something to key up on, that red tail. It's almost like a bleeding shad in the water. Something else you can put in y'all's back pocket if you're on the water, conditions are tough. Speckled trout and redfish will eat this as well. Now this is a new bait that Matrix came out with here recently. This is one of their X shads. Comes in a pack of 5 when you order them. These are hand painted. And they're beautiful, man. They resemble baitfish phenomenally. This is a gizzard shad color. I know they also make several different, like glass minnow, sexy shad, finger mullet. They just came up with a croaker one. Phenomenal baits when targeting fish. You know, when they're eating the big shads of pokey, big schools of shad, these are great baits to throw. Moving over to top water wise, I like the Matrix mullets made by Matrix Shad. This is a prom night color. You can see the redfish have actually destroyed this thing. Another color I like to throw, these are the only 2 colors I love. Blue steel, prom night. Prom night, phenomenal for redfish. I have found blue steel is a really good color for speckled trout. Of course, a big speckled trout on blue steel. Now I'm talking big, like, you know, 3-4 pound trout. I'm not saying no monsters. I mean, it's possible, but down here, I mean, average 2, 3, 4 pounds. It's good trout. Phenomenal baits, got good hooks. These ain't gonna bend out on you very easy. They're not gonna corrode on you. This one resembles a mullet to a T. Prom night, I'm not really sure what it resembles, but they love it. Jig heads wise, I really like Death Grip. I like the way they hold your plastics on. I'm actually out of Death Grip right now, so my backup for those is Golden Eyes, which are made by Matrix also. Phenomenal hooks as well. The only thing I don't like is a little bitty hook keeper, or bait keeper, let me rephrase that. I don't feel they hold your soft plastics on as well as what Death Grip do. But that's not taken away from them. They're still really great hooks. They're razor sharp. They'll get down to the depth you need. They got the golden eyes on these. Some of them are red eyes. I think they have an orange. I'm not too sure about that, but they go anywhere from a quarter to, I think, 5/16 is the heaviest I've seen. Good hooks. Check them out. All right. Another good trout bait I throw is the DSL lures. This is the Bone Diamond. This is their regular size swim bait. They do also have a larger size, a larger profile. They come in a variety of colors. This is really good in the wintertime, I found, when the trout are eating sand eels. So, I mean, redfish will eat them as well, flounder. My main colors in those is going to be Bone Diamond and Chicken on a Chain. Really big in Texas, I think. I think that's where they originated out of. But I have seen the guys around here on Calcasieu Lake use them. Like I said, I've used them in the wintertime to success. Another good wintertime bait, early spring bait, is going to be a Paul Brown Sofdine. Legendary bait company. I mean, they come in a variety of colors as well. Fairly expensive. I think they're like $10 a pop, something like that, $8 to $10 a pop. They have good hooks on them. They do bend out. This is going to be a subsurface bait when the trout are eating something a little bit larger in profile. Want something a little more slow moving. Check out Paul Brown's. You won't be disappointed. Let's see. Let's move over into the redfish, or what I use to mainly target redfish. Is going to be the egret baits, voodoo shrimp. And I like to rig that under a 4-horsepower popping cork. Best selling, most durable corks on the market, guys. Check them out. Aaron Pearson's a really good dude. Makes some phenomenal products. They really hold up. Let's see. There's 3 main colors I like to throw. Cajun pepper. It's kind of clear with some red flakes. Chartreuse tail. It's really good for clear water. Good all-around bait I like to throw color-wise, let's say, is the Golden Tiger by Voodoo Shrimp. Redfish annihilate this thing. Really good in late winter, early spring, even the fall. Phenomenal bait. Fish under a pop cork or just bouncing that on the bottom, dead weight, tight lining. It's really good also. It's good for all 3 species as well. Trout, redfish, and flounder. Mostly I use it for redfish. Now, good bait. Here it is. The fall's coming up. Natural. You can't beat a natural shrimp color. You just ain't going to do it. It's the perfect time right now to throw one. Shrimp are fixing to start leaving the marsh. Fish are going to be following them. That's where the natural is going to shine. I mean, they got some other colors like pearl with a chartreuse tail. Trying to think of another one. Golden shad. They make a green hornet as well. It's all good colors. They're durable. They're not gonna break apart on you. Yeah, they're a little expensive. I think they're like $8 a pack, something like that. But they're not gonna tear up on you after 1 or 2 casts. You're gonna catch a lot of fish on this thing and be able to use it for weeks and months before you change this thing out. Here lately, another good redfish bait I've been throwing is a Bill Lewis rattle trap floater. I think this thing floats 1 to 3 foot. I can fish it just under the surface by holding my rod tip up. I'll twitch this thing, pause it, maybe steady retrieve and pause. And usually on that pause is when that redfish is going to hit this thing. It's got #1 mustad hooks on it. They're not going to corrode on you. Razor sharp. You will hook yourself with this thing fairly easy. But it's something to keep in your back pocket. You see, paint's kind of chewed up on this thing. I have caught a few redfish on it. That's the main baits I throw in the Marsh, guys. I didn't really say how I fished the Matrix. I like to pop these off the bottom. Just a slow pop, maybe a slow drag on the bottom. Occasionally the trout do want a moving bait, so you will have to do a steady retrieve on this. Say like winter time, maybe early spring for redfish, I just throw it up, slow retrieve, just swimming it back. Majority of the time I throw this in heavy current, so I'm just bouncing off the bottom, reeling and slack, bouncing and reeling. 9 times out of 10 they're gonna hit this thing on the fall. Another thing I use to rig up with is a Norton Quick Twist. This is 35-pound capacity. The reason I use these right here is I can tie on a bunch of different baits, you know, quick change. I ain't got to keep breaking my line or cutting my line or retying. It's all about saving your braid. As you know, braid's expensive. You want to cut down on it as much as possible, you know. Let's see. Some people have asked about setups. This is going to be my 7-foot medium. It's going to be a fast action. It's a G Loomis inshore rod. The only thing I really don't like about it is the big eyes on it. But it's lightweight. It's got a fast tip. I'm going to be throwing that on my Lew's custom inshore reel. And I got this one actually souped up with, this is 50-pound Power Pro Super Slick. I think they call it the Super Slick 8. I don't usually throw that high, but I had it on another reel and I was out of braid and threw it on there. Majority of the time I use 30-pound. Alright, that's one setup, and that's going to be my redfish setup. I throw that one majority for redfish. Let's see. Tangle it up here. There we go. This is my 7'2", and let's see. All right. Sorry, knocked you over there. All right, this is my 7'2" medium, extra fast toadfish rod. Found this little company scrolling through Facebook one day. The good thing about their rods, man, they do coastal restoration. Ugh, can't talk today. For every rod you buy, it's $100 rod. For every rod you buy, they rebuild oyster reefs, which is great for saving our coastal wetlands around here, because we lose a football field a year. really phenomenal. I think that's a great thing. We really need that. We need more guys supporting that. But this rod, the great part about it took them 7 years to design it. Okay. You got the Keegan rod guide, so you're not gonna get those nasty wind guide. You're not gonna get those nasty wind knots. Okay. Super stout blank. It's light to feel every bite, but you're gonna have the backbone to pull that fish in. You're not having EVP or cork handles. This is like a rubber foam material, so it's not gonna crack. It's not gonna dry rot. You're not gonna have to worry about them coming undone. Check them out, guys. You're not gonna be disappointed. And I got that paired with my Shimano Stratic C3000. Speak volumes for this reel, guys. It's phenomenal. I love it. Okay, anyway, guys. I throw that in a Shimano Stratic C3000. I keep my drag pretty loose. It's a phenomenal reel. Probably one of the best saltwater reels on the market. Now, like I said, I throw that a popper cork. Throw that on the popper cork. Probably got a foot a leader. Voodoo shrimp. You can see this cork's been battered and bruised. Caught a lot of fish, guys. It's probably 2 years old. First 4 horsemen I ever bought. It just shows how tough and durable they are, and they stay working. Mainly gonna throw this along bank lines, popping it off of banks for redfish. I will throw it out in the marsh sometimes for speckled trout, mostly redfish. Now, last but not least, this is gonna be my 7-foot medium light. It's a light trout rod, Deuce or light trout rod. They don't make these particular rods anymore. The company shut down. Pissed off a lot of people by the way they did it. But I still love their rods. A great rod, sensitive, plenty of backbone. I like to throw that with 15-pound big game. And the reel of choice is going to be a Lou's Tournament Pro. I can sling this reel. Cast this reel really far. That mono is going to give me enough sensitivity to where I can feel the bottom, I can feel the bite. Still going to be strong enough to where I can horse that fish in. I won't have to worry about it breaking. As you can see, got the old green hornet rigged up with a 1/4 ounce Major Shad golden eye hook. This is what I'm going to use to target trout and flounder most of the time. It's my go-to rod. But yeah, guys, I hope this helped y'all. As far as the major shads, I'm going to be targeting banks with water flowing around them. Maybe banks with a drop off if you use depth finders. Say like, you know, you got a bank that's 1 foot on it and it immediately drops off 3-4 foot, or there's rocks, or, you know, that's a hard bottom right there, sandy bottom even. I'm always looking for something different in the marsh. What is not supposed to be there, or what's irregular about that place? That's the spots I'm looking to fish. Majority of the time you're gonna find your fish on points. Deep holes right now, it's hot. You know, it's 100 degrees during the day, so any deep hole you can find around shallow water, fish are gonna be there. Well, now whether they're eating or not, that's not for me to say. You know, you're just gonna have to fish those fish. Sometimes you gotta force feed them. Sometimes they want to eat. As far as the popping cork, I'm looking for current. I'm looking for bait. I mean, you're always looking for bait on the water. Let nature be your guide, basically. What bait do you see in the water when you go fishing? Some days it may be shrimp. You may see them eating on shrimp. Some days you may see them eating on pokey, you know. Some days it may be finger mullet. Some days it might be croaker. You just, whatever the trout's in the mood for that day, you know, let nature be your guide. Pick the closest thing in your tackle box, you know. If not, keep casting until you do get a bite. Maybe figure out a pattern of them. I don't really fool around with weather and tide charts too much. I've found some days they say it's terrible, it's the best. Some days they say it's the best, it's terrible. You know, that's fishing. But a lot of y'all were asking me what I use, and I wanted to make this video. I know it gets boring. You know, shut up and fish type thing. But some people do want this information, and I'm more than happy to give them. The reason I started this channel was to help people. Maybe help them catch fish. Maybe help them learn to use a lure that they don't normally use. I mean, heck, just yesterday, I've never caught a trout on a softing. Yesterday was my first time catching a trout on a soft team. I was fishing it completely wrong, and a buddy of mine that had more knowledge about it gave me information on it to help me catch that fish. It's all about helping other anglers, guys. Helping them be better, teaching our youngins, passing on information to them. So whatever I could do to help y'all let me know. If y'all want to go fishing, learn how to use them, let me know. I'm always down to fish. And let me leave you on this side note. Yesterday we launched out Calcasieu River, Joe's Cove to be exact, was running into the ship channel, seen a boat flipped over, and that looked like it hit some rocks. Kind of found out, talking with the local sheriff, the young man was leaving out to go help his partner that was down the ship channel that was broke down. He was leaving out at night and ended up hitting a set of rocks. He ejected from his boat and was killed. Now, the only upset of that was his partner that was with him was not injured. He was able to call for help. But it just goes to show you how fast things can happen in an instant. Don't take anything for granted. Take the proper safety precautions. And always wear your PFD, guys. You never know. You could be an Olympic swimmer, but if something like that happens and you're injured, you got broken ribs, broken back, broken neck, head injury, that life vest could save your life. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe to the channel. If y'all want to see me do more stuff like this, let me know. Drop a comment. If you don't want me to do any more of these, you say, hey, this is boring. Or, just shut up and fish, or, give me some other tackle tips. Whatever y'all need, I'm here for y'all. Thank you.